first of our series semi-finalists, Napalm leading the way into our 6 chrome-plated contenders. The chain-wielding mace. The competition favourites Mortis with the deadliest of axes. The uplifting shovel and pneumatics of Behemoth. We've Kilotron's pickaxe and the charity outsiders Panic Attack. Only 2 will survive. Stay riveted to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man they're calling General Mayhem, Craig Charles.
It's time to get deadly serious in the first of our Robot Wars semi-finals. Now, Washington Irving once said, it is the natural principle of war to do as much damage to your opponents with the least damage to yourselves. Clever man. But while it's easy to take the mick out of someone who states the blindingly obvious, it's good advice to our contenders. We've had 6 rounds of battles to get to this semi-final, and the robots that failed to harm their enemies are now rusting in a scrap heap in Surbiton. Only the 6 most brutal have made it through to this. Let's meet and greet them.
First, from Dartmouth Girls Grammar School, Napalm.
They didn't get far with Detonator in the first wars. They controversially beat Demolition Demon in the opening heat of this series. This flame-coloured bot can push its own weight with a titanium front ramming scoop and a 16-inch chainsaw.
From Hemel Hempstead, Behemoth.
With its SolarStream CO2-powered pneumatic front bucket, it can hoist 1,000 kilos. It has 2 grinding discs at the rear. Slow and steady progress through the heat surprised us all. Very, very reliable.
From Cambridge, Mortis.
Sliced through the heat, sending Oblivion to oblivion. The Tanto Blade weapon is as strong as pneumatic road tools. The titanium Kevlar laminated shell seems as tough as the space shuttle. Will they be over the moon tonight?
From St Leonard's-on-Sea, Mace.
A mobile 6 MPH steel roll cage with aluminium armour, a front lift which can hoist an 18-stone man, and a rear high-speed flail which can run at 2,000 RPM, driven by wheelchair motors.
From Bromley in Kent, Kilotron.
Seeded 4th for this series, grand finalists from First Wars, driven by an aircraft fitter and an engineer. The pickaxe is the same as last year. The shell is orange this time and made from a modified wheelie bin lid.
From Cumbran, Panic Attack.
The only sponsored robot in this year's field, earning valuable money for charity the further it gets. It has electrically operated lifting spikes in the front to ram and raise the message, "Come into my parlour," said the spider to Craig.
As usual, they'll have to face several challenges. Challenges that are tougher than normal, because let's face it, these are tougher than normal robots. Only 2 will survive to get to the series grand final. Robot Wars, the Armageddon. Hey, let's get on with the action.
This is the gauntlet. You know how it goes by now. Each contending robot has to start at the start line, get to the end zone in as fast a time as possible without becoming immobilized or breaking down. But this time, because they're semi-finalists, we've made the gauntlet a much more dangerous place to play in. The sphere of annihilation accompanies the ram rig. The flame pit is much more difficult to get past. The treacherous seesaw made even more treacherous by alongside it. The pit of oblivion. And this time, the Sentinel has 360 degrees of havoc to wreak.
Roboteers, stand by.
Napalm with David Crosby, Claire Greenaway and Rebecca Glenn.
So what do you think of the people you're up against?
Oh, I think we're all about the same. I think we've got quite a good chance with some of them here.
Yeah?
I don't know, I don't like the look at his axe. I mean, that's pretty lethal, that's.
That's Kilotron's axe.
Yeah, Kilotron's axe. You know, if we had a chainsaw on, I'm pretty sure we could cut through all that plastic and wood, you know, but we haven't. So...
3.
Teacher David Crosby's been great fun throughout Robot Wars. Now speed away from the traps, as essential here as it is in a greyhound race, and Napalm is very quick away and almost through! Well, finally, Shep comes across, it's too little too late! Nippy Napalm, napping, nasty house robots! They're through, what a run!
Napalm, come onto the platform!
Where were the house robots?
Claire Greenaway and Rebecca Glenn. Well, that wasn't bad, was it?
No, it was excellent. It's great fun.
15 seconds! You've got to be through to the next round with a run like that.
Let's hope so.
What made you do the seesaw?
Well, with Centile there, we thought, well, if we go that side, then he might not be able to get us. And he didn't, so we're happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Napalm! 15 seconds!
The Sentinel and the rest of the house robots asleep. Where were you? Completing the course, Napalm.
Roboteers, stand by.
Behemoth with Ant, Mike and Edward Pritchard.
It's been a slow but sure route to victory so far. And I say so far because now the fight starts for real. How do you feel?
Not too bad. We're hoping to play it like we've done before. Take our time, tactics, and try and flip them.
So what tactics?
Steer clear of major robots, but we've upgraded it a little bit better now. We've moved pistons forward so it lifts a bit more weight.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Ant had his toe run over by brother Mike while testing the robot. Great fun in the Pritchard household. Up comes Behemoth. Up and over that ramp again, but look, there's Shunt. Oh, look at the punishing power of Shunt. Almost lifting there, the seesaw, buckling it. Now Behemoth tries to get that pneumatic bucket to work at the front. Matilda closes in. Grimacing, concentrating. And in pain, and shunted well and truly.
What's the platform? And Pritchard, Michael Pritchard, Edward Pritchard. Well, you got over the seesaw, you got caught by Shunt. You tried to pick it up, and then it all went pants.
It did. Shunt pushed the ramp and we just got stuck underneath and, oh dear.
Flipped over.
Yeah.
You told me before that that little shovel at the front can pick up a grown man.
Been picking me up. It's been picking me up fine.
Maybe you're not as heavy as Shunt.
No, obviously not. Obviously not.
Well, we don't know if you've done well enough to get through to the next round. We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, Behemoth. Disappointed there.
Driven by a soda stream bottle. Length fizzing 7.5 metres for Behemoth.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mortis with Rob Knight, Arthur Chilcott and Ben Impey.
Who are you going to go for?
Don't really think that's our choice, is it? We just kind of get who we get and see if it goes okay on the day. Gordon, I think, is going to be through the middle as fast as we can.
Through the middle?
Yeah. Might have a go at that JCB digger.
Yeah.
It's not a JCB digger, so you might have a go at the Sentinel.
The Sentinel, yeah. I don't know, because if there's some hydraulic pipes exposed, I mean, I end up in the pit again, but might have a quick nip in on bang. I don't know. See how it goes.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Certainly got the deadliest looking weapon in the field. That Tanto blade up and over the seesaw there. Oh, magnificent stuff! Evel Knievel! The little jump. But it's tumble. Now, can it get those Renault conveyor chain tank-style tracks working to right itself? In comes Shunt. It's taking punishment. I think they've probably done enough to get through, but they will want to avoid any sort of punishment. Matilda in the background, and it's used the Tanto blade to drag itself off. Almost piercing the Shunt camera there. The front of Shunt, and they're through. Oh, and hits back at Matilda after the event.
Mortis, towards the platform. Well, you took out Matilda can.
Looks like it, yeah. I thought it was all over when I hit that fence.
Well, it was like you went for a high jump. It was like something out of James Bond.
Oh,
You end up on your side. Then Matilda helped you out by righting you. And what do? You go and put an axe through Matilda can. Well, you're through to the end zone. You're through to the next round.
Yeah, that's close.
How you feeling?
I don't know how we did.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause.
On come the sick box ambulance men. Ooh, lend her a lens, boys. Mortis completing the course behind Napalm.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mace, Shane Howard and Brian Fountain, a very pleasant, modest team.
Who are you most worried about?
The hammerbots, I think. Mortis especially. Very powerful.
Can it get through your thickened shell?
Probably, yeah. There's very few vital bits and pieces that can damage though, so it'll keep running with lots of holes.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Roboteer Brian Fountain once made miniature fairground rides from baby milk tins. Yeah, right. Approaching the Sentinel. Oh, is that wise? No, it isn't wise. That's a dummy run, though, by Mace. They turn back to avoid the Sentinel and take on the seesaw with those wobbly wheels. Boys, what are those wheels for in the front? This is the old supermarket trolley you end up with, the wonky one. But still, up and over the seesaw and into Shunt! And Shunt pushes and heaves! And they lost face with Mace.
Towards the platform. Shane Howard and Brian Fountain. 3 coins in the fountain, 1 robot in the pit. What went wrong?
Well, you got under the ramp, couldn't move it, unfortunately.
It looks like you've made the least amount of distance so far. You've got to keep your fingers crossed, otherwise you're going out. You're going out of the competition.
That's all right. We're pleased to get this far.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. The Mace team.
I think the crowd would like to see them go through, but only 6.9 metres. Is that enough?
Roboteers, stand by.
Kilotron with Richard Broad and Abdul and Ian Degia.
I think we've got a good chance to. Our pickaxe is so sharp now that it'll go for anything.
You've been sharpening it up?
We have. Yeah, Ian's been sharpening up, so we like sharpening. Keep it.
So who do you think you can beat, and who do you think you can't beat?
I think we can beat everyone.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
It was supposed to be pink again this year, Kilotron, but Richard Broad bought the wrong paint. To take on the Cecil, slow progress. Can get up to 15 miles an hour, 75 kilos of bot. Will easily overcome the spikes, of course. Now Shunt awaits with the pickaxe into Shunt. Also, you can just see the flame of the sergeant there. Through Shunt and Matilda, but there's a spike awaiting. Matilda's tusks underneath Kilotron. Away from Shunt and that spike. Can they get through now? Kilotron turning and through. That's a good run. Well done, Richard Broad. Good steering.
Well, no problems there.
No, I was a little bit worried when we went towards a pit on the ramp. It looked really awkward, but we got there.
You never seem to get the axe into anything, though.
No, I think we was more concentrated on getting to the other end than using the axe this time.
Oh, we want to see the axe. We want carnage. We want violence.
Right, next time.
Next round, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause.
And the skull and crossbones on the victory pennant says there could be violence. Kilotron through. Mace looks in trouble.
Roboteers, stand by.
Panic Attack with Captain Kim Davis, Kevin Pritchard, Lee Wickham.
Tell me about the modifications.
Well, we bought a tin of paint and we painted the spikes.
They're now bloodstained. Lovely. Is this your hit list here?
Yes. We've got two. We'll go for Matilda next, should we get a chance.
But what about the contending robots?
We'll deal with them in a very short time, I think, and then go straight for the next one on the hit list.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, we know what they can do to the house robots. Panic Attack spun Shunt off in the sumo ring in its heat. They're now taking on the gauntlet and needs to cover 6.9 metres. Have they chosen the right option here? Because they're taking on the ram rig and the circular shores. A little bit of pace to get through. Can get up to 9 miles an hour. The boys from Mace anxiously looking on, of course. They're last in the field so far. And it's panic across the face of Panic Attack.
It's not looking good for that last robot.
It's not, is it? I know how he feels. I know how he feels.
Well, it's obvious now, I should think, between Mace and Panic Attack. Who goes out, though? Can they creep forward a couple more centimetres? Just a couple more centimetres. There they go. Have they done enough? It's going to be very, very tight. Very tight.
Come off the platform.
OK, round stopped, and now we have a little wait.
I think he's got far.
You think he's got far enough?
Never mind.
You're not filling up there, are you, Shannon?
No. Don't do things like that.
What made you choose that route?
Well, everybody was going down the centre. We thought we'd make it a bit different, try that direction. Unfortunately, got hung up on the cutters there.
Well, we have a very interesting result here.
OK, I've just got the news.
Interestingly enough, you've travelled exactly the same distance as Mace.
It is exactly the same measurement.
So you and Mace are going to have to run the gauntlet again?
You're going to have to run again.
No, not again.
You're not yet out, but you're not yet through.
This has never happened before in Robot Wars. Mace and Panic Attack to go again, head-to-head. Technical expert Derek Foxwell spins the coin. They're deciding which lane to start in. And it looks as if Shane has won the toss. And it looks as if Mace will be starting, as we look at it, in the left-hand lane, which means they could have to come out and go against the Sentinel. Let's have a look at their stats in the first ever race-off in Robot Wars. Panic Attack against Mace. Panic Attack, slightly the heavier, but certainly the faster.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. activate.
History is made on Robot Wars, the first ever race-off, and immediately Panic Attack makes further progress. You see, that choice of lane's decisive. Panic Attack can take on the Seesaw. Mace has to go beyond the Sentinel, which is blocking its path now. So far, it's Panic Attack from Mace. Mace being pinned by the Sentinel and very nearly going there. Forced backwards, just surviving. Meanwhile, Panic Attack takes on Shunt. Shunt holding Panic Attack back, but Panic Attack still leads. Thank goodness me! Mace is flipped and survives the flip by Sentinel. Still, though, Panic Attack is further down the course. Mace now needs to go, 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 go! Panic Attack gets a flick of the scorching flame from Sergeant Bash. And Mace is coming back ever so slowly. Mace now pushed away by the Sentinel, teetering, tottering, and gone! And Panic Attack is through.
Mace, come onto the platform. Panic Attack, come onto the platform. Well, you decided to take on the Sentinel and lost.
Well, I'm not surprised.
In the pit again.
We're trying our best.
Oh.
Never mind.
Not disappointed too much?
Nah, it's all right.
You're going to come back for the next war?
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause, Mace. But you're relieved, aren't you?
Oh, you don't know.
You took a good beating from Shunt as well, didn't you?
Again, yes, he's on our hit list yet again.
Well, you did better than Mace, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're through to the next round.
We're through again.
Jammy. Ladies and gentlemen, Pan Attack. Give them a round of applause.
So they both record 6.9 metres from their first run, but it's Mace who go out.
One robot down, one more to go after this special semi-final trial. Now, according to The Who, all you need to be a pinball wizard of supple wrists. But being a teenage boy will have no advantage in this particular contest. Here you need guts and mechanical power. Each of our surviving robots will try and score as many points as possible by attempting various challenges, from navigating obstacles to knocking down targets to taking on the house robots. The harder the challenge, the bigger the points. Whoever gets the lowest score will be thrown to the mods and rockers outside. Hey, let the trial begin.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
How much has that race-off taken out of Panic Attack? 5 points scored for each brick knocked down, 10 points for each barrel knocked down. Hey, did you see that? There was a chip off the old block in there. The barrels are tumbled, and the bricks too. By the way, any brick or barrel knocked down by a house robot won't count. There's Killalot closing. Every time they go over the seesaw, that's 15 points. Now to take on Dead Metal, protecting that 75-point buffer. Points scored by Panic Attack, backing into the bricks. And again, this is a good run so far. Dead Metal again protecting its buffer zone. But coming away, that's an open goal. Go on, get in there. Oh, why didn't they score 75 points? They seem to get stuck. Now taking on Matilda's zone. The Tusk's praising open the aluminium shell and causing damage. They've got to get out of there and quick. Spinning away from Matilda. Good driving from Kim Davis. Those bricks already down. Look, one brick completely shattered. These are concrete blocks, let me remind you. What power. What a good run. 320 points scored for Panic Attack.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Here come the girls from Dartford Grammar School then, and their teacher, David Crosby, scoring easy points against the brick blocks. The barrel's just ready to drop. Looks a bit rickety now, and Robot War damaged napalm, doesn't it? Needs another run, I think, against those barrels just to score, well, at least 20 points. Crash to the ground. Now, against the seesaw. Seesaw. Ooh, Marjorie floor. There's a flaw in that run. They failed to complete the seesaw. That won't count points. They need to get off there, really. That's what David's saying. Get away from the seesaw now because Killalot's coming in. Oh, that dreadful lance. That's not the main weapon, though, of Killalot. It's those awful claws. And there's a clause in his contract to destroy, kill and maim, and that's what they want. This doesn't look good for Napalm. Napalm burnt, frizzled.
Come on to the platform. Well, well. That didn't go very well for you, did it?
No, if he hadn't have got us, it might have gone okay, but he came and pinned us and then cooked us alive, so...
But you fell off the seesaw, and then it was barbecue napalm.
Yeah.
Well, you scored 65 points. I'm not sure if that's going to be good enough to get through to the next round. But ladies and gentlemen, napalm! Well done, guys.
Well, this is going to be tougher than it looks for the rest, but only 65 points for napalm.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Brothers 17-year-old Mike and 21-year-old Ant Pritchard at the controls of Bailey. Again, slow and steady. Using that front scoop. The ball knocked away. If it drops into one of the holes, they'll pick up 20 points. There's 25 already from the bricks. And another 30 tumble from the barrels. Bulldozing its way through, Behemoth, as it has done throughout Robot Wars. And Killalot simply plucks it into thin air and says, "You've had enough fun, boys. You're coming with me. You're going to go in a pit. This one will do. Bye-bye, Behemoth. Bye-bye." 95 points scored, though. Enough to beat napalm at least.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
So we see the killing machine Mortis. Very slow and steady to start with. They won't score points by hitting the seesaw with that blade. They need 15 points by crossing the seesaw, a complete run. What are they doing here? They've not got enough early points on the board. Killalot climbing and clambering, now veering away from that deadly-looking blade. Were they trying to point score by knocking the ball into a hole? I don't know. Here's Dead Metal protecting this buffer zone. They're trying to damage Dead Metal. They won't score points for that, though. Finally, some on the board. At least 30 scored in there, and another 5 topples. Don't forget, they've only got 65 points to beat. In comes Killalot again. They're cushioned in there. Have they done enough? Oh, Killalot's taken a tumble. He lost his way. But they lost theirs. 100 points. Mortis safe. Only Killatron to run.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
They won't be pleased that Killalot's been retrieved from the pit. Killatron against the brick wall, edging forward, driven by 2 wheelchair motors, 2 12-volt batteries, running at 24 volts together, of course. Don't forget, it won't count if a house robot knocks down bricks or barrels. Yes! 30 scored there by Killatron. In comes Killalot. Oh! That's the first time we've seen the pickaxe in this semi-final. Don't forget, 2 teams to go through from this semi-final to the series grand final. Ah, this is great stuff. Murder and mayhem's about to end now. Ouch! Ouch! Veering away and time ticking down. They need points here, Killatron. And they need points fast. Bricks being skittled. Turned on its side. Righting itself. Have they done enough to go through? Yes, they have! 135 points, and the girls from Napalm are out, and they're in tears.
Here in the pits, very sadly, I think the girls are consoling each other. Napalm is out. The Behemoth team from Hemel Hempstead, not a lot to do for you. In fact, there's not a lot to do to any of the robots, because once we get to this stage, Panic Attack are merely changing batteries. Once we get to this stage, the robots are all so strong that there's not many running repairs to do, apart from a little bit of patching up here for Killatron, where those jaws of death sliced in there.
Queen were right. We've no time for losers, because these are the champions. This is the arena. Normal rules apply. You've got to kick the other robot's teeth in,
or immobilise them. If there's no clear winner, a decision will be made by our panel of judges. They'll be looking at style, control, aggression and damage. Hey, let the fighting begin.
The first of our battles for a place in the series grand final, Mortis against Panic Attack.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Panic Attack, the heavier. Both of these bots can get up to 9 miles an hour. Mortis is the deadlier, surely. With that sharpened blade. Great speed by Panic Attack. Good steering by Kim Davis to get away. An enduring robot. The blood-stained fangs to no avail against Mortis with the titanium laminated Kevlar shell. Almost flipped. Oh, goodness me, what a surprise! Mortis has gone out! That's a huge shot! Panic Attack have gone through to the grand final!
Panic Attack! Come on to the podium! Yes!
Hear my heart, Harry.
That was brilliant.
Yes, really good.
I mean, Mortis were one of the favourites, and he just threw them in the pits.
Yeah, we thought we were going to end up like Swiss cheese, but I just can't believe we beat them.
I don't think the axe hit you one time, did it?
I really don't know. I was too busy trying to avoid it and push them, but...
Wicked driving, wicked power.
Yeah.
You're through to the grand final.
Oh, yes.
Give them a round of applause! Panic Attack!
What a surprise, the Mortis boys. Competition favourites out. Kilotron against Behemoth now to join Panic Attack.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Kilotron surely with more attacking power with that pickaxe against Behemoth's bulldozing scoop. Little flip, little hop, skip and a jump. Kilotron, but survival, look at that for damage! Well, slicing down through, penetrating the Dexian shell of Behemoth. And again, looking to cause major, major damage here, slicing down through. Digging out a V-shaped crevice in the front of Behemoth. Kilotron well on top here, and pulling, and rocking, and rolling, and toppling. And it's Kilotron through, and Behemoth immobilised.
Kilotron! Come up to the podium! Kilotron! Yes! Well...
That took a bit of effort, actually.
You're through to the grand final, but hey, it was a good fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, we really enjoyed that.
It took you ages to sort of get your axe working, get it in the right place.
That's right. It's such a... I don't know, it's a different shaped robot, so we just didn't know where to put the axe, really, and it was good driving on their part.
You must be pretty relieved to be going through.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. Well, if you get excited by sightseeing tours, you'd probably exploded watching Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
So Kilotron joins Panic Attack in our grand final. 2 more robots to find in our next series, Semi. Join us then.
Tell me how you felt at that eureka moment when you broke through something.
Ecstatic, I was like, I couldn't stop myself, I just kept on hammering away.
I didn't think we'd get this far at all, but shame we went out, but I'm glad we went out anyway. Just getting